In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I was able to grow my content agency to making $50,000 a month consistently. This is everything I know of how I've got to reaching $50,000 months consistently. Not every month is 50,000. It fluctuates between 30 to 50. My all-time max is 59,000. This year, the goal is to get to a minimum of $100,000 a month. And the only way to get there, and it honestly has taken me very long to understand, and I'm yet to fully understand the concept because I haven't experienced it myself, but it's just sales and marketing. So at the moment, I am trying to automate and delegate as much of the delivery aspect of the business as possible so I can 100% focus on getting more leads and converting those leads into new customers. That is how I'll get to $100,000 a month. Take today, for example. I spent all day creating new content and new ads. That's how I'm going to get more leads. And then this afternoon, I've just got booked calls. All I'm doing is talking with prospects on Zoom. If you'd like to learn more about the sales process that I use, then comment down below and I can create a video on the sales process. At the moment, it is all guns blazing on sales and marketing. I will then walk you through the exact step-by-step strategy of what you can do to get similar results. 3 years ago, I was a broke filmmaker. I literally had around $6,000 in my bank account, and I was working a part-time job as a disability support worker and making a lot of videos on the side. I used to go to my shifts as a support worker and would just edit videos with clients all shift long. I was doing that so that I could build up enough savings that I could quit my day job and go all in on this filmmaking journey. All I wanted to do was become a full-time filmmaker. At the end of 2020, I finally pulled the pin. I had 6 months of emergency savings put to the side in case I wasn't able to get work for 6 months. As I had a wife and kids, I didn't want to leave them completely destitute. I went all in, and it was like jumping out of a plane. I don't know if you've ever been skydiving before, but I've done it once and it was fantastic. But the feeling you get when you see the people in front of you move down the plane, and then they sit on the edge, and then they jump out, and then the next person goes, then the next person, and you start moving closer to their door. And then eventually you're sitting at the door, and your instructor puts your head back, and then on the count of 3, you jump. And then you're just free falling. It's kind of what I liken quitting your day job and going full-time on your side hustle. You've just jumped out of the plane and you're free falling. It's fantastic, it's a rush, but if you don't do something soon, you're going to hit the pavement. One morning, I was scrolling Instagram during my workout, as I typically do because I'm a slacker, and I came across an ad from this filmmaking coach. His name was Ayrton Sudholz, and his ad was offering at the time 3 to 5 new clients in the next 60 or 90 days. And I clicked on it, and before you know it, I was on a sales call with him, and he was asking me to spend my last $6,000 with him to invest in his coaching program. And I thought, why the hell not? I've got to make this work one way or the other, and I need clients tomorrow. So let me just learn everything I can from this guy. And to this day, that has been the greatest investment I have ever made because it has set me up for success for the rest of the years. And part of the coaching program was to get some Facebook ads up and running, and I've never really ran ads before. I've done a few boosted posts, but never anything serious. I was just bleeding cash. I hadn't got a client yet, spending around $50 a day on Facebook ads, I think it was at the time, and I was just losing money. Like, man, what am I going to do? And then, out of nowhere, I was able to get a client, and I think it was for around $4,000 or something. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. A week later, I got another client, and I think it was for $8,000. Like, oh, we could be onto something here. And then before you know it, within 3 or 4 months of investing in this coaching program, I'd made $50,000 cash collected. I brought on around 5 to 8 clients, it was at the time, and we were off to the races, and I thought this was great. And then I made a really dumb decision, just like every filmmaker does. Instead of reinvesting in the business, or maybe it was reinvesting in the business, but I decided to spend the money on camera equipment. That was a dumb decision. Don't buy camera equipment. It's not going to grow your business. If you got a camera, just use it. I mean, at the moment, I only have 2 cameras. I have a Sony FX3 and an A7S III. I recently just sold my FX6 because I don't need it. I have 3 lenses, 3 zoom lenses. They're super basic, just the Tamron ones. And that's all you need. Don't buy gear. Getting back on topic, how did I actually start bringing in these clients? The very first thing was having an offer. You might be wondering, what's an offer? What are you going to do for clients in exchange for the money they're going to give you? And as Alex Hormozy says, you want to have an offer that is so good people would feel stupid saying no to. Over the past 3 years, I've spent a lot of time battling and struggling with finding the perfect offer. I originally tried doing lead generation and helping other businesses get more leads. I've tried helping businesses get more views, where we'd get them, the offer was, we'll get you 1 million views in 90 days guaranteed, or we work for free until you do. And now I've landed on booked appointments. Our offer currently is we'll get you 15 to 20 qualified appointments every single month. And at the moment, we solely work with real estate professionals, particularly buyer's agents. That's all we work with, because we've adapted our business and our systems to serve just them. The quicker you can find your irresistible offer, the better and easier it's going to make your life. One thing I learnt is that if you choose the wrong offer, then you're going to be spending a lot of time with clients you don't want to work with. You're going to spend a lot of time stuck in the delivery phase of your business, and you're never really going to be able to take it to that next level. I experimented, and now I found something that is working really, really well. So first, offer is king. You have to nail your offer. The second pillar to growing your agency to over $50,000 a month is lead gen is queen. You need to have a predictable way to get clients. I recommend go read Hormozy's $100 Million Leads book. Follow everything that is found in there. But for me, my favorite ways to generate leads at the moment is running paid ads on Meta. I only do Meta ads. The second way is to post free content, free organic content consistently. You can also do cold emails, cold DMs, cold calls, and you can also establish referral partners. But for me personally, running paid ads has been the most profitable and most efficient, most time-effective way of getting clients. The biggest mistake I see people make with paid ads is they haven't solved the first problem. They haven't solved their offer. If your offer is rubbish, if it's not irresistible enough, you can have the greatest ads in the world, but it's still not going to convert because you're not adding enough value to your prospect. You're not solving their pain points and their problems. You're not able to articulate that in such a way that it resonates enough with them that they want to book a call and hire you for your services. So that's why the offer is king, because if you haven't got your offer sorted, your paid ads or your lead generation is going to flop on its face. Say you do have your offer sorted and it's a banging, irresistible offer, then the biggest mistake people make with their paid ads is they just don't give it enough time to do its machine learning. Now, Facebook is really, really good at, if you give it enough time, it will find your ideal prospect. It will find your target audience and just serve your ads to them on a regular basis, and just serve your ads to them. And so, from my experience, you've got to allow at least 1 to 2 weeks for the machine learning to really dial in on a brand new ad campaign. Any less, it's just not enough time. Your cost per lead is still going to be quite high. But what I've noticed, having spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads, is that the longer you give it, the better it gets. Eventually, your cost per lead or your cost per client will decrease. The second biggest mistake with paid ads is that the ad itself just isn't good. And this is what I like to do when testing new ads. First, I like to create a photo ad just to test the offer. I don't want to spend too much time creating a fancy video and spending hours editing. I just want to test the offer and see what it works. And so I'll just create a static photo ad using Canva, get it up inside Meta, and run that for 2 weeks. and I'll test a bunch of different images, headlines, and hooks. You have to test as much as you possibly can. And once I've found a winning campaign, then I'll go and create a video on that with multiple hooks and multiple headlines. And then the last mistake I see people make is that they don't spend enough money on meta ads. As Dan Kennedy always said, the business that can spend the most amount of money to acquire a customer is the business that will win. And what he means by that is that if your average customer, like they pay you, if you profit, say, $10,000 from each customer, then you should be prepared to spend $10,000 to acquire a customer. Or if you don't want to break even, if you want to have a 2-to-1 return on your ad spend, you can, if your lifetime gross profit per customer is $10,000, then you might say spend $3,000. Therefore, you're averaging a 3-to-1 return on ad spend. But I see people, they only want to spend $100 on ads. Unfortunately, that's just not enough, especially if you have a high ticket service or program that you offer clients. I talk with real estate professionals and buyer's agents all the time, and they simply just don't spend enough money, or they don't look at the numbers close enough. Because most buyer's agents, they charge a set $10,000 fee, or they charge a certain commission percentage of the property that they're buying. Usually it's 1.5 to 3%. So say it's a $3 million property and they're charging a 2% commission. Therefore, they're going to make $20,000 per deal. They should be prepared to spend anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 to acquire that customer, because then they're making a 2 or 3-to-1 return on ad spend. Obviously, you want to get it the cost of acquisition as cheap as possible. But as Dan Kennedy said, if you can spend $10,000 and still be profitable, then you're going to dominate everybody else, because you just got so much more you can play with. Because you've got so much more spend you can play with. For me personally, being transparent, it cost me around $1,000 of ad spend to acquire a new customer, which checks out on average to be anywhere between a 10 or an 8-to-1 return on ad spend. Our particular services, they start at around $10,000 and go up from there. Depending on the client and the exact strategy we solve for them, or the exact problem we solve for them, we make around 10-to-1 return on ad spend. And the last thing that's helped me to scale to $50,000 a month is learning everything about marketing. Because video is useless by itself. It's very hard for a business to justify $10,000 for a video if it doesn't have any tangible result or impact on their business. Yes, it can be the most cinematic piece in the world, but if you can't tie that to a specific outcome, then it's only logical for a business to question that investment. So that's why I've just spent the last 2 to 3 years learning everything about marketing. Learning about paid ads, learning about funnels, organic content, and how we can actually move the needle in a business. That's the one thing you need to figure out for yourself. What content is going to convert? Everyone says, yeah, brand story videos or client testimonial videos, but if they're not packaged in the right system or delivered in the right way, it doesn't do a whole lot. Like just creating a few Instagram reels for a business. How are they going to measure more sales? How are they going to know if those videos have had any impact on their business? And so that's why I'm convinced that you need to learn how to market. You need to learn how to sell, and you need to learn your audience's business better than they know it, on how to attract customers. I know this is a little bit of a long video. These are the principles I've learned to be able to grow and scale to where we're at today. I can do it. You can do it. Create an irresistible offer. Learn how to run paid ads. Start building a brand and an audience organically, and learn everything you know about marketing. I promise that if you do these things, you will make more money. I hope this video helped. If you found value, please comment down below. If you've got any questions, I can answer them in the next video, but we'll see you around.